Hi everyone, welcome back to my YouTube channel. If you're new to my channel, don't forget to like and subscribe and click that bell so you get and click the notification bell so you get notified when I post a new video up on my channel. So in today's video is going to be just an explainer video. If you hear me coughing throughout this video, that's what I'm going to be talking about, which is the coughing is because of my asthma, which I've never told you about. I'm going to be explaining asthma, which I have in my past videos. I actually have explained that I am autistic and ADHD, and I also have anxiety, but I have not told you guys that I have asthma. It does kind of suck, but yeah. So I actually just googled it not long ago, but don't mind if you hear me coughing. That's just because of my asthma. So yeah. Asthma is a condition in which your airways narrow and swell and may produce extra mucus. I know that might sound a bit gross, but I don't really care. This can make breathing difficult and trigger coughing, a whistling sound, wheezing when you breathe out, and shortness of breath. You know, past few days I've had my asthma. I've never felt like shortness of breath, but I felt like I couldn't breathe and shortness of breath. And the reason I might sound like this right now is because croaky voice and because of my coughing and my asthma. So yeah. Yeah, but my past days I've had asthma. I actually haven't like I've definitely felt like I haven't been able to breathe and shortness of breath. So yeah. For some people, asthma is a minor nuisance. Well, for me, it definitely is. For others, it can be a major problem that interferes with daily activities that and may lead to a life-threatening asthma attack. Asthma can't be cured, but its symptoms can be controlled. Because asthma often changes over time, it's important that you work with your doctor to track your signs and symptoms and adjust your treatment as needed. And if you hear my mum coughing in the background, don't mind her. She also has asthma too. That she also is asthmatic. So yeah. Symptoms. Asthma symptoms may vary from person to person. You may have infrequent asthma attacks, have symptoms only at certain times, such as when exercising, or have symptoms all the time. Asthma signs and symptoms include shortness of breath, chest tightness or pain, wheezing when exhaling, which is a common sign of asthma in children, trouble sleeping caused by shortness of breath, coughing or wheezing attacks that are worsened by respiratory virus, such as a cold or the flu. Now, here's the thing. That last symptom I just read out, I recently just had a cold, so I was able to go back to work today, and I was able to go to the markets on Saturday, on the weekend. So, yeah, I recently had a cold, so, because thanks to my parents who gave it to me, thanks a lot. I didn't really want their germs. Thanks for that. Anyways, yeah, so my dad was the one that originally had it, and he gave it to my mom. And then I don't know which one my parents gave it to me. But thanks a lot to my mom and dad who gave their cold to me. Thanks a lot. And as I was saying, coughing or wheezing attacks that are worsened by a respiratory virus, such as a cold or the flu. Now, sometimes this can, I don't know if I'm gonna be able to explain this in a good way, in a proper way, but I can try my best. So sometimes in the past I have actually had asthma. My asthma has actually come back one after being sick or while being sick, and I have to deal with my asthma while being sick or after being sick, which it just leads to while being sick and then after being sick. Like, I think it was maybe maybe not last year when I had COVID, maybe the year before, one of those 2 years that I had COVID. I had asthma at the time, and it actually like was like making me cough a lot. As far as I remember, I don't remember which time, because I've definitely had COVID twice, and I don't want it for a third time. I don't want it for a third time, just saying out loud, like COVID is the worst, guys. You would hate to have it. COVID sucks. So yeah. And yeah, that's that one. Signs that your asthma is probably worsening include asthma signs and symptoms that are more frequent and bothersome, increasing difficulty breathing as measured with a device used to check how well your lungs are working, peak flow meter. I've never heard of a peak flow meter. I've seriously never heard of that, but okay. The need to use a quick relief inhaler more often, or otherwise known as an asthma puffer. For some people, asthma signs and symptoms flare up in certain situations. Exercise-induced asthma, which may be worse when the air is cold and dry. Occupational asthma, triggered by workplace I don't even know how to pronounce this, but I can try my best. Irritants, such as chemical fumes, gases, or dust. Allergy-induced asthma, triggered by airborne substances such as pollen, mold, spores, cockroach waste eel, or particles of skin and dried saliva shed by pets. Pet dander. That part, pet dander, that might actually sound a bit gross, that part that I just read out, but yeah. When to see a doctor. Seek emergency treatment. Severe asthma attacks can be life-threatening. Work with your doctor to determine what to do when your signs and symptoms worsen, and when you need emergency treatment. Signs of an asthma emergency include rapid worsening of shortness of breath or wheezing, no improvement even after using a quick relief inhaler, shortness of breath when you are doing minimal physical activity. Contact your doctor. If you see your doctor if you think you have asthma, if you have frequent coughing or wheezing that lasts more than a few days, or any other signs or symptoms of asthma, see your doctor. Treating asthma early may prevent long-term lung damage and help the condition from getting worse over time. To monitor your asthma after diagnosis. If you know you have asthma, work with your doctor to keep it under control. Good long-term control helps you feel better from day to day and can prevent a life-threatening asthma attack. If your asthma symptoms get worse, contact your doctor right away. If your medication doesn't seem to ease your symptoms, or if you need to use your quick relief inhaler more often, don't take more medication than prescribed without consulting your doctor first. Overusing your asthma medication can cause side effects and may make your asthma worse. To review your treatment. Asthma often changes over time. Meet with your doctor regularly to discuss your symptoms and make any needed treatment adjustments. Causes. It isn't clear why some people get asthma and others don't, but it's probably due to a combination of environmental and inherited, otherwise known as genetic factors. Now guys, I was actually learning about genetics and DNA last year in science, which I no longer do science because I'm in year 11 now, and I was able to pick a particular type of science like chemistry and that, but I didn't pick any of it because I didn't want to, so yeah. Asthma triggers. Exposure to various irritants and substances that trigger allergies or allergens can trigger signs and symptoms of asthma. Asthma triggers are different from person to person and can include airborne allergens such as pollen, dust, mites, mold spores, pet dander, or particles of cockroach race. Respiratory infections such as a common cold, physical activity, cold air pollutants, and irritants such as smoke. Certain medications including beta blockers, aspirin, and I don't even know how to pronounce this one. I'm just gonna spell it out, guys, because I got no clue how to pronounce it. I'm just gonna give it a go, actually. I'm gonna give it a go. Non-steroidal anti-inflammatory drugs such as ibuprofen, and that's American. I don't think we have that here. We might, I don't know. Advil, Morton, IB, others, and naproxen, sodium, Aleve. Now guys, don't quote me if I actually pronounce those wrong. I don't particularly know. I was giving it a go and doing my best, okay? Strong emotions and stress. What? Really? I didn't know that could actually trigger asthma. Seriously? Sulfites and I don't even know how to pronounce this. And preservatives added to some types of foods and beverages, including shrimp, dried fruit, processed potatoes, beer, and wine. I'm not gonna even give this a go. Okay, fine, I'll give it a go. Gastroesophageal reflux disease, otherwise known as GERD, a condition in which stomach acids back up into your throat. Like, I don't know if this could count, but my mum has been saying that, like, the weather could be a trigger too. Well, she hasn't been saying that particularly, but she's been saying that weather changes could have helped our asthma a little bit. So I think weather could trigger asthma a bit. So yeah. Risk factors. A number of risk factors are thought to increase your chances of developing asthma. They include having a blood relative with asthma, such as a parent or sibling, having another allergic condition, such as atopic dermatitis. I think I pronounced it right, which causes red or itchy skin. I might actually have that. I'm not a doctor. Guys, I'm not a doctor. I may be explaining asthma here, but guys, just little disclaimer here. I am not a doctor, so do not take this medically, because what I know, you might not have asthma even if you go if you're not coughing, that doesn't mean you have asthma, but if you're coughing, that could be something else or something like that. It can't necessarily be asthma, but I don't know if that actually sounds right the way I just said that. So yeah. Or hay fever, which causes a runny nose, congestion, and itchy eyes. That reminds me, congestion. That actually reminds me, like, in week 9 of term 1 last term, when I went to see my OT, she said that I was a bit congested. So I think that might have been because of a bit of hay fever. So yeah, ow, my finger. Yeah, I got a splinter in it yesterday. My mum got it out. Sorry, I went off topic, guys. Yeah, I have had a bit of a runny nose at the moment. You don't really know, but it's kind of gross, but like whatevs. Being overweight. As much as I feel I'm a bit embarrassed to say this, I do have a bit of a fat belly. I'm not showing. What the heck was I just doing? Okay, I wasn't just doing that. Never mind, let's just forget I was just doing that. Being overweight, being a smoker, which okay, so apparently my dad is likely to get asthma because my dad actually smokes. My mum used to, but she stopped. I don't know if that's how she actually got asthma, by smoking, but she stopped. But yeah. So if being a smoker is a risk factor, then my dad smokes, and he's probably likely to get asthma, but he's never had it. But I don't know. So yeah. Exposure to secondhand smoke, exposure to exhaust fumes or other types of pollution, exposure to occupational triggers such as chemicals used in farming, hairdressing, and manufacturing. Complications. Asthma complications include signs and symptoms that interfere with sleep, work, and other activities. Damn hiccups. Sick days from work or school during asthma flare-ups. A permanent narrowing of the tubes that carry air to and from your lungs. I don't even know how to pronounce that. I'll try my best. Bronchial tubes? I don't know. Which affects how well you can breathe. Emergency room visits and hospitalizations to severe asthma attacks. Side effects from long-term use of some medications used to stabilize severe asthma. Proper treatment makes a big difference in preventing both short-term and long-term complications caused by asthma. Prevention. While there's no way to prevent asthma, you and your doctor can design a step-by-step plan for living with your condition and preventing asthma attacks. Now, it says here, follow your asthma action plan. I know someone at school who I know who is diabetic and Down syndrome. She has a diabetes action plan. But I don't know if a school actually has an asthma action plan for me in particular. I don't know. Because I know the school in place has that particular diabetes action plan for that girl. But I don't know if they have an asthma action plan for me. And if I was able to look at it. I really don't think they do, because if they don't, that's kind of less that because they don't really care about my asthma, which, yeah. Follow your asthma action plan with your doctor and healthcare team. Write a detailed plan for taking medications and managing an asthma attack. Then be sure to follow your plan. Asthma is an ongoing condition that needs regular monitoring and treatment. Taking control of your treatment can make you feel more in control of your life. Get vaccinated for influenza and pneumonia. I know, because that's preventions, but here's the thing. I have never had the flu in my whole entire life. So that is why, and plus I don't really get the flu. Neither does my mum or my dad. We just basically only get colds ever so often. So we've never had the flu immunization. That's why that's why I'm reading this out and I'm saying this stuff right now. So yeah. Staying current with vaccinations can prevent flu and pneumonia from triggering asthma flare-ups. Pneumonia, I don't know if I even got a vaccination for that. I might have, I don't know. But yeah. Identify and avoid asthma triggers. A number of outdoor allergens and irritants, ranging from pollen and mold to cold air and air pollution, can trigger asthma attacks. Find out what causes or worsens your asthma and take steps to avoid those triggers. Monitor your breathing. You may learn to recognize warning signs of an impending attack, such as slight coughing, wheezing, or shortness of breath. But because your lung function may decrease before you notice any signs or symptoms, regularly measure and record your peak airflow with a home peak flow meter. And again, I've never heard of that until now. A peak flow meter measures how hard you can breathe out. Your doctor can show you how to monitor your peak flow at home. Identify and treat attacks early. If you act quickly, you're less likely to have a severe attack. You also won't need as much medication to control your symptoms. When your peak flow measurements decrease and alert you to an oncoming attack, take your medication as instructed. Also, immediately stop any activity that may have triggered the attack. If your symptoms don't improve, get medical help as directed in your action plan. Yeah, I think the way my voice is right now, I think I might sound a little congested. I think that's why I sound like this. I don't know, but yeah. Take your medication as prescribed. Don't change your medications without first talking to your doctor. Even if your asthma seems to be improving, it's a good idea to bring your medications with you to each doctor visit. Your doctor can make sure you're using your medications correctly and taking the right dose. Pay attention to increasing quick relief inhaler use. And guys, another way an inhaler is also known as asthma puffer, which that's in case you don't go. I'll go and get it quickly and I'll show you it. But I do also have a spacer that I can show you. I'm doing YouTube here. So that's my asthma puffer. And it comes with counts. These are the specific number of puffs it's got left in it. It may look like it says Okay, it says 166 puffs left, which is probably gonna last me the whole time I've got asthma this year. And I don't know if, probably not this year, but well, maybe, I don't know. Maybe the whole time this year, for this year, winter and spring, and the rest of autumn. So yeah, and this is my spacer that when I use my spacer, I put my mouth through this like that, but I'm not actually gonna demonstrate it because right now I don't need it, but I'm just gonna I'm gonna pretend to push the button because I don't want to demonstrate it because I don't really need it right now. So I'm just gonna, so I breathe in like that, and then when I breathe out, I actually push the button. But just explaining it to you guys so you understand. So I'm not actually gonna demonstrate it. I was demonstrating the way to use it, but I was gonna not push in my asthma buffer because I didn't want to use that when I don't need it. So yeah, and waste and extra puffs towards being empty, which I recently got this, so it probably won't be emptying quickly. So yeah. If you find yourself relying on your quick leaf inhaler, such as, I don't even know how to pronounce that, albuterol, your asthma isn't under control, see your doctor about adjusting your treatment. That is all that I just read out on my phone as definitions, symptoms, as definition of what asthma is, symptoms, causes, etc. So yeah, and my experiences as well. Now the symptoms, actually I'm just going to go back to that real quickly. And I'm going to particularly now these are the risk factors, and one of them I have, which I don't really have a risk factor because I've already got asthma anyways, but I can still have hay fever, and right now I'm a bit congested as I might sound. I might sound a bit congested, but I'm not actually sick. It's just probably hay fever. So yeah, because hay fever can cause congestion, as what I read out. And cold air, that's definitely another that's an asthma trigger that has triggered me. Like I've been in my aircon. I was in my aircon last night in my room that I am in right now, and I was in my aircon last night in my bed and coughing so hard. So that's definitely an asthma trigger. Respiratory infections such as a common cold. Now I've already mentioned that, but I've just recently got over a common cold, and I think my asthma started off when I actually was sick with the cold, thanks to my parents who gave the cold to me, which I didn't technically want, because it was quite lovely to have that cold. You can see me being sarcastic, guys. You can seriously see me being sarcastic. Like, yeah, I am. Those are pretty much, yeah, that's pretty much it. So that's it for today's video, guys. I hope you guys enjoyed today's video, and if you did, don't forget to wait. Just quick mention. Sorry for making this video so long. I didn't intentionally try to make it so long on purpose. It was because of how long I was explaining the thing and that. So yeah. But anyways, if you guys enjoyed today's video, if you guys liked today's video, don't forget to like this video, subscribe to my channel, and click the notification bell, so you get notified when I post up on my channel. When I post a new video up on my channel. And I will see you guys in the next video. Peace.